welcome to the Witch and Wolf Wisdom podcast. It is 8 p.m. Tuesday night, March the 14th, 2023. Welcome to the Witch and Wolf Wisdom podcast. The stupid, it burns. Oh my God, does the stupid burn? You know, I'll tell you what, it is. You can't open your eyes. You can't walk out the door. You can't do jack shit without realizing, boy, there's a lot of stupid out there. Oh my God. So I would love to hear from you guys and what your stupid stories are, because you know what? The stupid burns us. It really, really does. So just trying to get this shared out for a second. Normally it's, oops. Yeah, it's two of us doing it. The wolf is a little under the weather tonight, and kind of left a little bit of a framework for us here. So I'm going to rely on you guys to actually get this thing shared out a little bit today. But yeah, I'd love to see some of you guys coming on and joining us and talking about the stupid it burns. Hello. So before we get too far in along the stupid here, I do want to remind everybody that we have the see where to go. I'm not used to his screen because normally he runs this screen. Yes, here it is. The Narcissist series. The Narcissist series, the many faces of narcissism. Workshop that is going to be coming up very soon, actually next week, next Tuesday. Okay, so we would love to see you sign up for it. You can learn more about it at oldwolfmusic.com/workshop, and I will post that right now in the comments. Now, for the most part tonight, we're going to do a little bit of a roundtable / fireside chat tonight about all the crazy stupid out there, because, you know, like I said, we're down a host, so you got a co-host, and so I'm now the host tonight, so I want you guys to co-host with me. So make sure that you are helping me find out and tell your stories of the stupid. It burns us. I think when the wolf told me this title and that's what he wanted to do tonight, I was starting to think about Smeagol. The stupid, this rope, it burns us, hobbitses. The stupids, it burns us. Humans is okay. There's a lot of stupid out there, isn't it? So I have not even seen, and so I'm kind of doing some of this a little sight unseen. I have not even seen all of the crazy memes that the wolf has put on here. So we are going to have some fun figuring out what the wolf put on here for the crazy, stupid memes tonight. Okay, that was the one. We've already done that one. What's this? I have no idea what that was about. What's this? Oh, okay. So apparently we have something to talk about. All right, so here's a thing that the wolf found, apparently. It says, I drive for Uber on the weekends. And one time, a girl who was in her late 20s told me that I was making her uncomfortable. I haven't said a word the whole trip, so I asked how I could make the situation better. And she said she didn't know, like how I kept playing with the fidget stick in the middle of my car. I drive a manual. She then told me that I didn't need to use that because her car didn't have that, and claimed to be a mechanic. Oh my God. I don't know about y'all, but that was just like, yeah, thanks, no. That was kind of cray-cray, you know. Good evening, Honeyholic. How you doing? So, what do you guys do for a living? What is the stupid that you have kind of picked up with in your life? What are some? Give me some of your crazy stories. I need some crazy stories tonight. You know what? There's so much stupid out there. When we talk about people who are claiming to be a mechanic, okay? Have you ever sent anybody into the mechanic store asking if they have any blinker fluid? That is a way to tell if somebody has a clue about cars or not, where they have to go in and ask about blinker fluid. Okay, so yeah, that could be kind of funny. So, but most of the time, just so you guys know, there is no such thing as blinker fluid. So, yeah, there's that. Why is that not working? That's not working either. My notifications in Facebook are not working very well. So very strange. So they're calling manuals an anti-theft device these days. Oh, yes, Karen, that is so true. I don't know anybody. Well, I know very few people who are, and none under the age of 20 for sure, that know how to drive a manual. The ones that typically know how to drive a stick shift or a manual are your motorcycle drivers. And they don't necessarily know how to do a stick shift because motorcycle riders and cars kind of operate differently, because on the cars, you gotta, not ride the clutch. And on the motorcycles, you want to actually ride the clutch a little bit, So yeah, anti-theft device these days. So yeah, she kept playing with the fidget stick in the middle of my car. Wow. My car didn't have one, so obviously that's not a thing. Okay, dear. Whatever you say. Let's see what else we have here. I wish we have Tom and Jerry, and Jerry's kind of leaning up against a wall with one of those mischievous Jerry looks on his face, and it says, "I wish I could smack the stupid out of people. And if you think this status is about you, slap yourself for me. Well, if the stupid fits." So Karen says she had to convince someone that oil has nothing to do with the battery, and she got mad. Oh, this stupid, it burns us. Oh my gosh, help. So yeah, that one's pretty bad. I got to admit, that one's pretty bad. Let's see, here we go. So yeah, it's podcast time. I have to say something on these things when I'm sharing it. Otherwise, groups don't like it. So yeah, podcast time. So get it shared out. Let other people know we are podcasting. It is time. We're having a good time, and we're going to have a little bit of a fireside chat tonight. A little bit of a fireside chat and kind of tell me what's on your mind. Tell me what's on your brain. Let's chit chat. Throw it at me. Okay, but it is definitely time to have some fun, because I'll tell you what, it's so funny. Hello, Diana. How you doing? It's so funny because there's, how all the lonely people. One time I heard that and I was driving and we just came up with all the stupid people. Where do they all come from? All the stupid people. Where do they all belong? And it's just like, oh, wow. I'm afraid to go driving. It's like, hello, there's this little thing called blinkers. Okay. You ever heard of blinkers? They happen once in a blue moon. People actually use them. Hermanded shade tree mechanics. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So what are some stupid stories? What's some of the stupid that you have faced recently? I'd love to hear some more of the stupid. So let me throw the chat up here for everybody to chit chat, and we'll take this little Jerry off the screen. So yeah, we all have our stupid times and our stupid moments. Diana, do you have any stupid stories for us? We'd love for some stupid stories. So one of my favorite stupids, yeah, she was out of blinker fluid. That's funny. Yep. But one of my favorite kind of stupids are the scammers that drop into my inbox and try to convince me that they are not scammers. And it's like they act like I'm not a psychic. It's like if they take 5 seconds to look at my profile, they can figure out, okay, this is somebody who's a witch and a psychic. Now, granted, there's a lot of bullshit artists out there that say they're a psychic and they're not anything close to it. Okay. But I actually am. And so they get on there and they're like, hey, I am Paul Jerry, and I am in the military and currently deployed, and I can't talk on the phone, but I can get on the internet. Okay, but yeah, that doesn't let me talk on the phone. I can't video chat. Oh, dear me, oh my. I think that you are my soulmate. I'm just so drawn to you, and let me get involved and have you tell me everything about your life. And by the way, I need money. Can you send me some gift cards? Because obviously I'm in the military and I have the technology to get on the internet, but I cannot receive money from you unless you send it to me in some kind of a form that you cannot get it back when you realize that I'm a scammer. You had 2 scam attempts this week. What were your scam attempts? Come on, this is not a reading live. This is a podcast. We're podcasting tonight. So we're talking about all the stupid people. Where do they all come from? Okay, the stupid. It burdens us. Okay, so yeah. Here's one scam that I got earlier, like about, I think it was last week. It was a Cash App scam. And they're like, somebody sends me a message and says, hey, I want to bless you. What's your Cash App? All right. Now, immediately I'm like, this feels fishy, but I'm not going to be one to say no to the universe. I know that, I can't really get scammed on Cash App unless I actually get on there and send people money. So I give them my Cash App because, well, it's public knowledge what my Cash App is. It's on every podcast ever. So if somebody wants to send me something on Cash App, please feel free. All right. So I'm like, okay, here it is. Here's my Cash App. And so it goes on, and this person sends me a screenshot. Hello, Honora. This person sends me a screenshot, and it looks like it's $1,500. And it says ready to send in this screenshot. And it has my profile up at the top with my picture. And she's like, is this you? And I was like, yes, you. And it says, $1,500 ready to send. Now, it was a real screenshot. Okay, I'll give it that. It was a genuine, real screenshot, but no money had been sent. It just got to the point, or even attempted to send. It just got to the point to the screen of ready to send. You take a screenshot of that and you hit cancel and back right the heck out, right? So anyway, they send me the screenshot like I'm a stupid idiot. All right. So I'm like, oh, wow, thank you. It just left it at that, And, oh yeah, absolutely, honey holic. I would love to do that. And that's part of what we want to get to 1,000 subscriptions for sure. Absolutely. But we are at about 630 something. I can't remember. So we're over halfway there, honey holic. Get all your friends to come over and sub for sure. I would love to have that. But anyway, this person goes on and then says, okay, well, we only have one more step to go. And I'm like, okay, here comes the scam. Here comes the scam. We have one more step to go. Here comes the scam. And they say, we have a special Cash App business account. And to do this, you need to deposit $50 with us and send us $50. And then that will free up the $1,500 that we've already sent to you. Warning, there is no such thing as a business Cash App account, and there is never a requirement on Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo where you have to send somebody money in order to receive money. Okay, so they didn't realize that I knew this shit. So I basically said, hey, I am a business, and I know how Cash App works, so I know you're a scam. So either A, you can admit that you're a scam artist, or B, I will curse you. And here's the qualifications of my scammer's curse. If anybody ever wants to know what there's no cashable Venmo in Canada. Yes, that is true. But I will let you know what my scammer's curse is. And this is what I do to anybody who attempts to scam me. I basically gather up all of their scammy karma in a nice little kind of karmic water balloon. And I put that water balloon over their head to go and a Cash App. Okay, there's no Cash App or Venmo in Canada. There's PayPal though, yes. But anyway, I set all that karma up to disperse like a water balloon on their head all at one time. So all that cumulative karma bursts all over them, and it kind of stays like a permanent stain The only way that they can remove that permanent stain is if they stop their scammy ways, because I always give people an out when I give them a curse. So if they want to get uncursed, and I tell them this, if you want to get uncursed, you have to stop your scammy ways, do your best to make reparations, and truly have a repentance arc, if you will, and then your life will stop being shit. Meanwhile, your karmic water balloon is pretty much going to douse you every day for the rest of your life. Thank you. Have a nice life. Goodbye. And the problem with these scammers is they are creating more negative karma all the time. So when I set this little karma bomb thing on automatic, they're constantly adding to it. The only way that their karma bomb will stop is if they stop accumulating negative karma. So yeah, that's what I do to scammers. And I've had some that immediately apologize and say, no, please don't curse me. And others who have been like, well, I'm the witch and I'm going to curse you. I'm like, good luck with that. Let me know how that works out for you. Yeah, I didn't really think so. So yes, that's my stupid story. What are some of your stupid stories? Honey Holic, do you have any stupid stories? The stupid, it burns us. People who just don't brain right. Seriously. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, we have that. These are some of the memes that, hello, Kristen. These are some of the memes. Again, the wolf is a little under the weather, so these are some of the memes that he had come up with, and I haven't even seen them before putting them up on the screen. So, glory of a live show, people. Shiya is winging this as much as you are. So this meme is a Bugs Bunny meme, and with the wolf's humor, God only knows what I'm going to find in this shit. Says, I really think it's time to take the warning labels off of everything and let stupidity work itself out of the gene pool. Amen. Yes, I give that a thumbs up. Yes, indeed. We like this one, Wolf. Good choice on the memes. Okay, so the wolf who has provided us our content tonight. Hey, Jonathan. Oh, no, I know that Jonathan has some stupid stories. Jonathan, tell me some stupid stories. I need some stupid stories from the stupidest of the stupids that you have met. Because Jonathan, let me tell you what, guys. Have you ever seen the show Clerks? Okay. Clerks is a great cult movie, black and white classic, and it is about a clerk at a convenience store and a clerk at a video store, a thing of the past, kind of like Blockbusters, but mom and pop Blockbusters, which mom and pop Blockbusters were mad when Blockbusters came around, and then Blockbusters was mad when Netflix came around, and so on and so forth. But anyway, and they would work, these two guys would work next to each other, and there's all kind of antics. And of course, we all know Jay and Silent Bob. That was Jay and Silent Bob's first appearance into the cinematic world and universe there. And so these clerks, they dealt with some pretty stupid people. Well, good. I'm glad that you have mini stories to tell, honey. Type some out. But anyway, yes, for here, we will say the wolf pulled a good meme because, have you ever stopped to look at some of these warning labels? I mean, really look at some of these warning labels? All right, I'm going to pick up this thing of, see if there's any warning labels on my thing of, nope, this was made in somewhere. I was just seeing if there's any warning labels on my ribbon that I've been using for cord cutting, because it's right here, and it just simply says that it was made woven in the USA. So that's pretty much all it says. All right, so I'm looking around for something with warning labels on it. But if you look for things with warning labels, it tells you what not to do, okay? And if you read some of them, like the warning labels on plastic, please do not seal on your head. Well, all of these warning labels were made for somebody who did this thing. Okay, so this warning label is on this thing because somebody actually did this thing. For example, let's talk about Gorilla Glue Lady Okay, does anybody remember Gorilla Glue Lady? And honey, no, we're not doing donations for readings today. That's tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But we are having fun doing a chat and podcast here. So, all right, and I see your story there, Jonathan. We're going to read it here in a minute. But yes, Gorilla Glue Lady turned around and got the Gorilla Glue because she wanted to have one of those flat wet styles, kind of like gel wet look on her hair. And of course, this is a very popular style with people who have what's considered to be ethnic hair. Okay. And so she took this Gorilla Glue stuff and ran it through her hair to create her ponytail. Okay. And it looked really good until it wouldn't come out. Okay. And she was so mad, and she tried to sue Gorilla Glue because it wasn't on the warning labels not to use this as a hair product. No, it wasn't a weave and extension. She was actually just kind of putting them. The first lady who did the Gorilla Glue thing actually just glued her hair to her head to have that really tight pressed look, that very nice, tight, clean look for her hair with the, kind of styling and the rows and the little waves and stuff like that would come out to a ponytail. And I'll tell you what, when she first did it, it looked good. It looked stylish, but Gorilla Glue, it'll hold to the point to where it's not coming off your head. And she had to go to the ER, and there were people that were, the whole internet was buzzing at the time of how many people felt sorry for Gorilla Glue Girl, and how many people actually were just like, she should, she's a few sandwiches short of a picnic, and she should have freaking known not to put crazy glue, Gorilla Glue of any kind on her hair instead of actual hair gel in its place. Okay, that was crazy. So yes, warning labels. We could take the warning labels off of everything and let stupidity work itself out of the gene pool, but the problem is, unfortunately, most of the time, these people don't die because all of us empaths out there feel sorry for all the stupid people, and we try to help them fix and clean up their shit so they don't die, and when they don't die, they sue. McDonald's coffee, anyone? Oh, did I say that out loud? So Jonathan tells us that at his work, which is a convenience store, large convenience store chain, says, I have found sex toys in the bathroom. Shit, literal shit, on the ceiling and the walls. He's had a meth head with a machete. I remember when that happened, Jonathan. You've had people ask you through the pump call button, what does select grade mean? Yes, please, more stories, Jonathan. Throw it out there. Okay. I remember when Jonathan was telling me, dude, there's a meth head with a machete here, and the cops had to come and they, oh my God, that's crazy. So yeah, that's a thing. Cray. So yeah, I don't feel sorry for stupidity. Yeah, you do. Because you know what? We're empaths. Okay? And ultimately, we're like, oh, honey, this is one of what we call in the South, what we Southerners call a bless your heart moment. Okay? That's just so stupid that we can't think of anything constructive to say. So we're just going to look at you in sympathy and horror, and we're going to say, oh, honey pie, bless your heart. So that's how we deal with it in the South. Karen says, when will we learn that we can't fix stupid? My favorite is the warning labels that say stop using if irritation occurs. Why, yes, if you turn around and you get irritated in all the areas where you're using whatever product, you should probably stop. Yeah. Okay, Jonathan says he has several tweaker stories. He worked at the location by the Capitol, and he lives in the capital of Oklahoma City, where the wind goes riding through the plains in the hood overnight to help cover them. The night manager almost went and slept with the customer, and the security guard was encouraging it. What the absolute fuck? You're shitting me. That's great. Karen says, I say, bless your heart. Oh, what? Yes, there are certain things. It doesn't always mean a bad thing. It's not always fuck you in Southern. Okay. Bless your heart sometimes means like, well, there's nothing else I can think of to say, so bless you. I feel really bad for you. Same thing of the other answer is like, geez, I really hate that for you. I hate that for you. And I really hate that for you. There's levels of sincerity with the same phrase, different tone of voice. So, in his car, they were going to take off while they were on the clock. Your night manager almost went and slept with the customer while he was on the clock in his car, and the security guard was encouraging it. Wow. Please tell me this person no longer works for your organization, Jonathan. Let's see what other crazy meme that the wolf put up here for us. It says, in Michigan, 2 people are being sued for $2 million after burning down an apartment complex while cooking a squirrel with a blowtorch. What the fuck? Now, I'm not an accountant, but it sounds like they might not have $2 million. Now, see, this is what I was saying, guys. I mean, picture, the wolf, not that he's psychic or anything. Of course he is. Would know that I was sitting there talking about how litigious people will sue if there's not a thing on the warning label. What comes up next? First of all, we have to break this down. Okay? People are cooking in an apartment complex with a blowtorch. Okay? We have to break that down. Okay? Cooking in an apartment complex. All right. We do that. Everybody does that. People have to cook. But with a blowtorch. Cooking anywhere with a blowtorch other than camping outdoors is probably not the best idea. I don't think that's what they meant for on like cooking shows. I when they're being creative and getting their little blowtorch out and bruleeing stuff and smoking stuff, I do not think this is what they meant. And then let's just compound that of not only are they cooking with a blowtorch, but they're cooking a squirrel with the blowtorch. I have questions, many questions. For example, are they trying to cook this squirrel with its skin and fur still on? Or did they dress the squirrel? Like, you would dress a coney where they peel the skin back and they're just kind of cooking the meat. Are they trying to blowtorch? Because I'm thinking... And part of me just feels like, for this thing to have gone this bad, and was the squirrel even dead? That's my other question. Okay, was the squirrel even dead? Because to me, what I'm seeing in my head, and this is a fucked up story. Okay, I feel like we should have the Benny Hinn song going on in the background. With his people with a blowtorch. They managed to get a BB gun. They're sitting out the back of their apartment complex. And they are sitting on their balcony because we can see clearly there are balconies there. They're sitting on their balcony. And there is a tree right there in front of them. And they say, oh, look at that squirrel in that there tree. Oh, yeah, Rufus, that looks like a plumb damn fat squirrel. I bet that sure is tasty. Yeah, and you know what? That sure is tasty. How you reckon we can cook that in this squirrel there, Rufus? Oh, I don't know there, Tony. I think we could probably put it on a blowtorch. Oh, now, Rufus, that sounds like a damn fine idea, but how are we going to get that squirrel? Well, I'm going to have this here air BB gun thing. I don't know what you call air softer. I don't know. It's a kinder, gentler way of killing rodents. So I think why don't we try hitting him here with this here air softer thing? Well, Rufus, that sounds like a damn good idea. All right then, Tony. I have 2 of them, so you take one and I'll take the other. And I can picture them sitting on the back of this balcony, just taking pot shots at squirrels as they go by. And that becomes their entertainment for the next month. They're rednecks, of course, right? So they're sitting there with their airsoft guns going, pow, pow, trying to catch them a squirrel. All right, one day, holy Rufus, I actually hit one. Well, gosh darn there, Tony, you sure did. Better go and get it. Oh, well, what are we going to do with it now? Well, we talked about it. We got to cook it. Well, how are we going to cook it without a barbecue? Didn't we talk about this before? I kind of halfway recall that there, Rufus. What are you thinking? I'm thinking we get this here blowtorch and we barbecue us a squirrel. Oh, well, that sounds right fine there, Rufus. Why don't we go ahead and do that? All right, let's get into the kitchen, boys. All right, and so they take this squirrel that they have hit with an airsoft gun, which is only knocked out. Okay, they put it and they get it all and they put it in the pan and they get their blowtorch out and they're like, okay, we're gonna blowtorch it, and all of a sudden this squirrel just comes rearing to life. Next thing you know, you got a squirrel with his tail on fire just running around that complex, and everything it's passing, it's setting on fire. Couch is on fire. The drapes are on fire. All the clothes on the floor is on fire. And oh yeah, that sock collection that was over there, you know, the one that's really grody for reasons unmentioned, that's on fire too. Next thing you know, that fire is going from this way, that way, and every which way. Okay, so that's kind of how I pictured this complex burning down for to cook a squirrel with a blowtorch. And this is a whole thing that goes through my mind in only mere seconds, folks, about how they burned down an apartment complex cooking a squirrel with a blowtorch. Now, the second part of this that we have to really look into is like, they're getting sued for $2 million. Yeah, I don't think Rufus and Tony there have maybe 2 pennies to like put together at this point. One, they're living in an apartment complex. 2, they actually thought it was somehow intelligent to cook a squirrel with a blowtorch. I don't know, Leah. I'm going to try to figure it out. I have no idea why it's not giving you that. It's so annoying. So, here we go. We're going to go back. I'm going to scroll back up and look at some of these things. Kristen Matthew, she says, and yes, Karen, classy management there. Oh, wait, there's a story further back. Okay, so Jonathan says, I had a meth head at his work try to convince me, let me take this off here. Now we're not burning apartment complexes anymore. I had a meth head try and convince me. He walked from Edmond, which is north of Oklahoma City, back and forth 3 times in 2 days. He also mentioned being sober from meth for so many years. Not so sure that he was sober from meth, or maybe he's sober from meth, but he was on something else. So this is I understand why they don't let employees conceal carry, because someone would probably use it on the idiot druggies. Not me. I have more self-control than that, but I don't think it's called for. I get it. All right, so Kristen Matthew has a story here. It says, I used to work at McDonald's. One of my managers partnered with one of her besties and attempted to rob the restaurant, knowing damn well there's cameras everywhere and their locations, and the fact that everyone knew what she looks like. She was called the Hamburglar in the newspaper. I died. How dumb. Wow. That is another level of stupid. It burns us, humans. Oh my God. Jonathan says once, afternoon shift of all times, he had a customer yelling on her phone, blah, 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 irate, ranting until I caught this part. He called me talking about how she got some STD from me, blah, blah, blah. Well, based on her vibe, Jonathan wouldn't doubt it. Oh boy. Yeah, that's the one thing you want to be walking around shouting in the phone. Oh yeah, he told me I gave an STD. I'm taking a few steps back from that one. That is for damn sure. Hello. Yes, blackened squirrel there, Magda. By the way, the reason that I am on and the wolf is not is he's a little under the weather tonight. So he took some medication and is just relaxing. And I told him, you sit back. I got this. I can talk about some stupid. It burns us. Oh, back and forth to Missouri. And, oh, yeah, no, that's definitely not happening, Jonathan. Definitely not happening. Wow. So, speaking of the old wolf, let me tell you, every Thursday, every Thursday. Well, actually, I'll save that. We're going to save that for a little bit because he gave one of the recordings. That was the last one we looked at. That was a squirrel. So let's look at this one. I have not seen these memes before now because the wolf was going to run the podcast tonight. So he had all this shit set up in here. And so I am seeing these for the first time at the same time you guys are. And it says, have you noticed that all instruments searching for intelligent life are pointed away from Earth? Food for thought. Yes, one of my favorite things is one of the first memes back in the day before memes were a thing. Okay, was Scotty, beam me up. There's no intelligent life down here. You know, because yeah, some days I really feel it. Some days I really feel it. Okay, so yeah, we make jokes around here. We've talked about this on the regular. Yeah, 3 hots in a cot coming right up there, Karen. Absolutely. But, you know, there's this meme that's out there. And I'm kind of giggling at my own self. Because there's this meme that's out there that has the Earth, the planet Earth. And it has the moon that's sitting next to the planet Earth, and they both are personified. So the moon and the Earth are talking, and the Earth is saying it kind of looks like he has she has a hot water bottle on her head, and she's got like a thermometer coming out of her mouth, and she goes, "I'm not feeling so good. I think I have a little bit of a virus." And the moon is like, "Oh, you have a virus? What's it called?" Yeah, it's this little thing I picked up a couple million years ago. It's called a human. And they've spread everywhere. And the moon's like, "Oh gosh, that sounds horrible. Is it catching?" And the Earth says, "No, I don't think so." And right at that moment, you notice the Apollo mission launching from Earth and going slowly towards the moon. And the moon's like, "Oh God, no, 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 God, no." And I wonder from stuff like that if aliens, and of course you look at the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy too, and I just wonder if aliens are out there looking at, thinking, yeah, no, whatever dynamics going on there. The Earth is a quarantine zone. Do not approach. They are definitely not societally or technologically advanced enough for us to want to put up with that weird ass shit. Quarantine zone. Make sure you adhere to all decontamination procedures after entering anywhere inside of the Milky Way galaxy. All right. I can totally imagine that. The other thing I often imagine too is I don't know, it's been years since I've watched like live TV. Okay. And whenever I go back to visit my mom at my mom's house, she'll have live TV on. Most of the time she's watching stuff like the DIY Network, or sometimes, you know, with my stepdad and his dementia that he's got going with his Parkinson's and stuff, would have the game show thing going on. So you would have all kinds of different commercials that were coming on, and most of which had to do with medication. Okay, so you're watching this commercial because you know you're on live TV and you can't skip the commercials, and you're not paying for the commercial things, and it says, "Yes, take our medication." And if you're not feeling good, you don't have the stamina and the good vibes that you used to have, can't get it up, can't breathe, your heart not working right, take our medication. And by the way, here's images of all of these much younger, happier, healthier people who have obviously led healthier lifestyles than your 700-pound ass that's been sitting on the couch for the last 10 years. And if you take our medication, you are magically going to be transformed into this magical world where your depression becomes a little cartoon character on the side that you can ignore. And you can, all that COPD stuff that you had, don't worry, you'll be mountain climbing again in no time. By the way, don't worry about the side effects, which could include anal leakage, memory forgetfulness, suicidal ideation, and deaths. Don't forget death. But meanwhile, lifestyle. All this medication will make you feel good and enjoy life again. Oh my God. And people buy this shit. They go into the doctor and say, yeah, hey, I had all of these symptoms and I saw on TV that I should take this medication. And the doctor be like, oh no, you don't need that medication. Well, fine, I'll go to a doctor that will medicate me. Promise you, there is a doctor that will medicate you, even though you have not a fucking clue of what you're talking about. So enjoy your anal linkage, suicidal ideation, and death from your side effects. Because, wow. But anyway, going back to the intelligent life out there kind of context right there, it would be like if you're watching and you're monitoring our airwaves and you're monitoring our reality TV, 16 and pregnant, or, oh, dare I say it, the Kardashians, or as the wolf likes to talk about it, Paris Hilton's vagina being broadcast worldwide. Okay, so they're seeing all of this shit, plus all of this medication. Can't get it up, here's a pill. Can't breathe, here's a pill. Need to lose weight, here's a pill. You're not being healthy, here's a pill. Being healthy, here's a pill. Feel this way, here's a pill. Oh, you'd blink twice in a minute, here's a pill. Yeah, by the way, here's a pill. And so the aliens have to be watching this shit and seeing all the crazy drama and all that, have a pill for it, and be like, yeah, no. Yeah, we're staying away from Earth. As a matter of fact, we're staying away from the Milky Way. Once they can learn to get out of the galaxy, then we'll see about if we need to go in and eradicate it. And yes, Kristen, still no cure for cancer. Right. Yeah, no, I guarantee you that it's my personal opinion. Either A, there are cures that are being suppressed, or B, they just aren't looking for cures, because here in the U.S. at least, I know other places in the world they actually are, so go them, I hope they do it. But we are the only for-profit medical system for an advanced society in the world. Okay, there's something wrong with this shit, So, yeah. Jonathan says what we were talking about before reminds him of a story he heard from a Unity member. A 5-year-old kid went up to his parents and said, I figured out what I have, listing different symptoms, and then he yells out, I have erectile dysfunction. Yes, 5-year-old, you do. It's called not having had puberty yet. It's not going to work yet. Go figure. But yes, little kids are watching this shit on TV and saying, okay, I'm hearing all the symptoms. I need a pill at 5 years old for erectile dysfunction. This is what we are teaching our kids, folks. The stupid. It burns us. Yeah, it burns. It burns. You can't fix stupid, guys. Now, there's a difference between stupidity and ignorance. Okay, when you go up to somebody and say, oh, here's this, and they're like, I've never heard of that before, and you're like, oh, well, let me educate you. And they will be like, oh, okay, this is very interesting information, which I shall absorb and think about and decide how I want to handle this. Okay, that is ignorance. That is ignorance. Stupidity is when you go up and say, hey, by the way, do you know the sky is blue? No, it is not. It's green. No, it's actually blue. It is green. Sky is blue. You might want to check your vision, or, oh my gosh, you're wearing green tinted glasses. Take your glasses off. I think you'll see the sky's blue. No, the sky is green. And to say that the sky is anything but green is blasphemy. Off with her head. Okay, so yeah, that's stupidity. And there are a lot of people, I did a reel not too terribly long ago, that was like, hey, I have good cognitive function. I have good reasoning skills. I can listen to the opinion of others and make up my own damn mind. Okay, as an affirmation, because we want people to actually think, right? New company word of the day, focus. which is what exactly? I think I remember what it is, Jennifer. And she sent it to me. Yes. Focus, F-O-C-U-S. It says new company word for the day, focus, F-O-C-U-S. When you're annoyed with someone, tell them to focus. Focus is an acronym saying, fuck off, because you're stupid. Yes. So, with the you for the your. So, fuck off, because you're stupid. Focus. You know, it's kind of like when you send out an email to somebody who has obviously not paid attention to the rest of like the email chain that's been going back and forth for a while. And the first thing you start off with on your email is, as previously discussed, which is clue for you should have read shit before you sent it. That's stupid. Okay? So there you go. You'll add the tinted glasses. Absolutely. You know, so many people are like, no, it has to be this way. It has to be that way. Science, people. Science. Okay? The global warming is a thing. But God controls the climate. Yeah, God put a climate into effect, or the goddess, or the gods, however you want to do it, that was developed and worked well for millions and billions of years, and then we came and started pumping chemicals into it. So God may control the atmosphere and the climate in the way it was at that point, but we are to come in and fuck it all up. Huh. Science. Imagine that. I'm doing good, Jess. How are you doing tonight? The many truths that we cling to rely entirely on our own point of view. Quote from Obi-Wan Kenobi. Very good quote there, Jonathan. Love that for sure. Hey, Diana, your internet cut off after I asked for your stupid contribution. Well, don't worry, Diana. I still want your stupid contribution. All right, but we're going to take a quick break because we are coming up to that point, and I'm going to play for you something that I find really super cool. Okay, this is a video that I took. Now, and I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna play the video first, and then we'll come back and I'll play the a couple of the others later. But every Thursday, I give my own personal private concert. And I shit you not, it is like a personal private concert. They call it band practice. I call it honoring the Shiya goddess. Okay? Yes, I'm a goddess and I deserve my own personal private concert. But you know what? I am a benevolent goddess. So I shall share the magic with you. Because this benevolent goddess is a cheeky goddess too, and I record shit. So, just to kind of start it off, I'm going to show you guys a really cool video, which I know that the wolf edited, but I sat there and harassed him until he actually turned around and made a video of the video that I took of him, okay, of him playing White Room, and this is solo from White Room. So, here you go. I hope you enjoy this stuff as much as I do, because this is part of my private concert, and I was just kind of sitting there. I'm like, I'm going to record him doing the solo. So here's the guitar solo from White Room as played by the old wolf. Now, can you see why I say this is like my own personal private concert? Every week, I get to listen to these guys, and it's a great crew. It is so amazing. That boy got talent. That boy got that boy's magic. I'm so in love with that man. But I mean, how can you? I wanted you guys to see how his hands just move like fire. Oh my God. Oh, I'm just sitting there every Thursday, just basking in it. Just basking in it. Holy Toledo. So I want to share another one from you guys from that one. This is actually one of my favorite songs from Creedence Clearwater Revival. They've been doing a lot of the classics. Okay, they've been doing a lot of the fun classics and stuff like that. So this one is one that they did, and this is audio only. So I'll put the chat back up for everybody to see. But this one is called Born on the Bayou by Creedence Clearwater Revival, and they did it this past Thursday, and boy, was it bitchin'. Enjoy. So there you have it. I was just jamming out to that and just really enjoying listening to that all over again. I am just so freaking blessed to be able to go in and listen every week. And I mean, every week is completely different. And again, it could go somewhere. It could be just, band practice every week. But I mean, I'll tell you what, there's some phenomenal people. Lori, she's so awesome. She is such a multi-talented person. She can play the drums, but chooses not to most of the time. Most of the time, she is either playing the keyboard or the bass. 90% of the time is the bass, and 10% keyboards, I guess. She sings, and as you heard, she has a pretty darn amazing voice. She can belt that shit out like nobody's business. Then her man, they've been singing together, they said the other day, for over 25 years they've known each other, but her man, his name is Ed, and he is an extremely talented engineer and guitar player. Not only does this man play guitars, but he has a collection of guitars. And I mean, he'll I'm going to play this song, so I'm going to grab this guitar. Oh, I'm going to play this song, so I'm going to grab this guitar. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to play this song, so I'm going to grab this big old double neck guitar over here. And oh man, they have the coolest guitars. And he's an engineer. So this engineer person knows how to mic everything up, amp everything up. He has custom amps. He has a custom footboard. And he has this thing called a talk box. And at some point, I told him, I really want to video you doing this talk box. But it's where you're playing the guitar and you go, wah, 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 with this kind of talk box to mod out the sound coming from your guitar. And it is such a cool and unique sound. And he rigged one and made one, and it's just so much fun. And every time he gets on that talk box, I'm like, yeah, man, this is freaking awesome. It's freaking amazing. So I absolutely just love that. So, let's see, what else we had some stories coming on. That's another meme. So let me go back up and get the stories we missed. So, Jonathan, Jennifer says she's happy and she's been wanting a hamburger and sweet potato fries. Hey, that sounds good to me. Drop some off at my place, will ya? Okay. But Diana says she encounters stupid daily driving in South Florida. No doubt. Have you ever watched the news? It's like, remember the Florida Man Challenge? Has anybody ever done the Florida Man Challenge? Where you look up your birthday, your birth date, like for mine it's April Fool's Day. So you would look up April Fool's Day Florida Man or April 1st Florida Man and see what crazy Florida Man story comes up of stupid people and your birthday. It's a funny game. Try it. Okay. So Diana's story here. On the 95, people drive aggressively and dangerously. And it reminds me of how I used to drive coming from New York. Personally, the stupid I share is a reflection of my reckless behavior. Thankfully, she grew up. She now drives like a subdued, grown-up New Yorker that knows how to drive with an SUV and knows what it can and can't. I take my life very seriously, and life's too damn short to drive like an asshole. You get there when you get there. Best to make it there in one piece. Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. There's a lot of stupid that you encounter while driving. Abso-freaking-lutely. It's crazy. So Jonathan says that when it comes to stupid people, what was his comment back here? He said something like, where is it? I want to read it off. It says, I just want to ask those people, did God make you with a deformity where you were born with your head up your ass? Can't you remove it? Is there a surgical thing to remove your head out of your ass? Yeah, Google your first and last name with Florida man or woman before it. Yes. Yeah, that is great. But yeah, the Florida man joke. It was a thing for the longest time, and I'll tell you what is funny. Let me see. Which one did we do last? We didn't do that one yet. Let's see. Okay, we did this one. So let's look at this one here. This is a meme where you have two construction workers with hard hats on. One's wearing a vest, one's not, and they're talking to each other. And the construction worker without the vest says, I need to walk into town and find a bathroom. I'm dying for a shit. Okay. So the guy who looks like he's a supervisor has a vest on and a white hard hat, and he says, take my keys and go in the van. So what does it do? You look in the next panel and you see the guy who asked for the dying to take a shit actually taking a shit on the floor of the van. And the caption below says, when giving instructions or evaluating a proposal, it helps to be specific and not assume the other side understands what we mean. We must always be prepared for the fact that the listener may be stupid. In other words, the supervisor should have anticipated the stupidity of said shitty person full of shit and realizes that he was a shitty person full of shit and explained to him, here, take my keys, drive into town, find a bathroom, and take a shit in that bathroom. Instead, he said, here, take my keys and go in the van. That could be interpreted by a, stupid person of, yeah, take my keys, let's go unlock the van and go take a dump in the van. Now, if the van had a porta potty in it, okay. But he's going shit on the floor. He's getting swifty with it. Swifty, shit on the floor. Okay. Diana says, the other thing that I find stupid are the lack of laws regarding large locomotives. Trucks carrying things that need to secure their shit properly. Up north, the fines are insane for flying things on the highway. See too much shit flying off the locomotives. It's like Final Chapter. Oh my God. How many of you guys have it's Final Destination. How many of you guys have Final Destination trauma? I have Final Destination trauma. You see that thing traveling, that truck traveling in front of you with all of those poles, those big pole beams or metal beams or wood logs, and you're back of them. You're just at that point, you're just like, oh my God, I am so backing off, and you slowly slow down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 miles so that you're watching that truck go way off in the distance. In fact, right now seems like a really good time to pull off to the gas station to let that thing get even further the fuck away from me. I can't handle it. No. So there you go. Anytime I'm on the interstate and highway and I see those things, I'm getting over. Yeah, I'm getting over. I'm either speeding up, I'm taking a stop, I'm doing whatever the fuck it takes to get away from Final Destination, dude, because I can just see that load getting loose and coming right through the window, and next thing you know, Shiya is a decapitated witch, no longer cheeky. Okay? So, yeah. Let's see, what else do we have here? What were we on? We weren't on that one yet. Oh, we haven't done this one, so let's do Stupid 7. All right, this is Stupid 7. Have you ever listened to someone for a while and wonder, who ties your shoelaces for you? Why, yes. Actually, there have been more times lately, and I have gone through and I'm like, how does this person even live their daily life? How do they get up in the morning and wipe their own ass? How do they shower? How do they actually make a cognitive decision to make food? How do they even make the food? How do they get the food onto the plate and on the table and into their body? How do they process? Do they know how to do laundry? How do they pay a bill? Is there a way how does this person live? How do they even? Because I sure as hell can't figure it out. It's like when somebody calls for some of the weirdest things, like, hey, how do I do this? And you're like, really? Have you been under a rock for the past 10 years? 15? Maybe? I don't know. I'm kind of scared right now. I really don't know how you deal with this. I don't know how you do it. All right. So, yeah. I have had that. Anybody else ever have that to where people are talking to you and your brain just checks out and you're like, all of a sudden you're hearing wah, 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 and you're just thinking in your head, who ties your shoelaces for you? I know why the wolf picked this meme. The wolf picked this meme because he knew I was going to pop up and say something like, yeah, I say that shit all the time. You hear me say that shit all the time. And it's not for my clients. It's just that there's certain types of people that sometimes you're just like, How do you function? Anybody? How do you function? I don't understand. I don't get it. I really don't know how you make it through day to day. Yes, Leah says, it's like Dumb and Dumber. You wonder how those people manage to live to older age. It's like how you make it through all these years. You remember those cartoons? You know what it reminds me of, Leah? It's those cartoons where you see this little baby, okay? And they actually did a trope on a movie, I don't know what it was. It was a cartoon trope on The Boys from, that show. I can't remember, but it's The Boys. That trope where a baby just starts, oh, cuckoo caca, I'm going to go crawling, cuckoo caca. And the baby manages to crawl through all the most insane, they're crawling across traffic with cars just going on by, and somehow every car misses this baby. And then they go through like road construction, and they're going to go into a pit, but right at the right moment it turns and they kind of go over a board somehow, and this baby's just kind of ooh, cuckoo caca, where they're going along. And then a big, another big thing like a bird comes and swoops up a squirrel right in front of the baby instead of scooping up the baby. And then the baby goes up to a Estelle, that's hilarious. Okay, we're going to talk about that one in a second. But the baby ends up going on like the steel beam girder, and next thing you know, that's being lifted up by a crane, and now this baby is like 40 stories up in the air, crawling around a construction site, perfectly happy-go-lucky, goo-goo gaga, sucking on the pacifier, giving no fucks in the most dangerous situations ever, and somehow managing to go through this unscathed right up until the point to where an adult actually sees this child on the edge of a precipice, and finally it looks like the child is something terrible and bad's gonna happen, and the adult rushes out and goes, oh no, and magically saves the child from harm when the child's been going on this trope for 20 minutes over the most dangerous shit you could possibly imagine. Yeah, that's how these idiots, that's how these stupid people seem to make it through life. They are like the idiot savants. They are so fucking stupid that the universe is just like, yeah, you're too fucking stupid for me to kill, because it's like taking candy from a baby. So you're so fucking stupid, I'll let you live. And the rest of it is just like, no, universe, just fucking kill them so we can get some intelligence back in the goddamn gene pool. I'm having too much fun on this shit tonight. So here we go. Oh my God, this is an actual, like I said, I'm seeing this. Oh wait, first we have to talk about Estelle, the wolf's mom. She made a comment here and says, I told someone the big nest in the tree was a squirrel nest. Their reply, oh my God, squirrels lay eggs? You gotta wonder. Oh yes. You have to wonder. One of my favorite quotes now from one of my favorite new shows, The Orville, is Bortus looking and saying, do you have any experience birthing humans? And Bortus looks and says, is there an egg involved? No. Then no. I love it. I love it. So now it's like squirrels lay eggs. Yes. Is there an egg involved? No. Oh, okay. So I can't believe somebody actually bought that. That means, oh geez, I feel sorry for you for that one. That was one whole level of stupid. Just like this. News at 10. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Are they racist? And down below it, underneath it, and it's just this picture of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And you have somebody down below looking up at this like, oh my God. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? How do you get racism out of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? I mean, am I racist for loving my favorite nighttime snack, which is a cut up? I had this last night, as a matter of fact. Cut up banana with peanut butter and chocolate. My favorite late night weed munchies. Banana and peanut butter with chocolate. Yum. Is that racist? I don't know. Peanut butter jelly and sandwiches. 19 Action News wants to know, are they racist? Yeah. Okay, that's fucked up. So, and it has Brunswick on there, so I'm wondering if this is from Jersey there, Estelle. I'm wondering if this is a Jersey news store, News 19. Is that a Jersey station? Because if it is, I again feel sorry for you, my friend. I do. I really do. I'm so sorry. What do we have here? We have an otter praying. Oh Lord, please keep all the stupid people from breeding. We're getting badly outnumbered down here. Yes. Yes, we are. We are. As a matter of fact, this reminds me. You don't think it's Jersey? Okay. Because, I don't know. It said Brunswick. I know there's New Brunswick in New Jersey. So, I don't know. Maybe it's Old Brunswick. Which might be, like, in Europe somewhere. Is peanut butter and jelly racist? So, yes. Oh, Lord. Please keep all the stupid people from breeding. We're getting badly outnumbered down here. Has anybody seen the beginning of the movie Idiocracy? You start that movie up, and the first thing is you see this like yuppie couple, and they're debating whether or not they're going to have kids. And then you see this other couple, redneck couple, and they're yelling at each other through the trailer walls and everything. And Billy Slew, you get over here. And Sally Jane, oh, did you? Sally Jane says she's pregnant with your baby, and I'm pregnant with your baby too. And it just shows the gene pool, and it says, okay, Darwinism and survival of the fittest is a thing of the past. We are at this point to where it's no longer survival of the fittest. We don't have natural predators anymore. In fact, we have systems in place to protect the stupid. The warning labels. Okay, so the stupid is just multiplying everywhere while this like intelligence is showing you the IQ of these people. This intelligent yuppie couple are just being like so Karen and so yuppie, and they finally decide, yeah, we're gonna finally decide to have kids, but because of a climbing accident, he only has one testicle, so it's not really quite so possible anymore. And the next thing you know, they break up, no kids. And a family tree. Whereas Billy Bob over there has like 50 kids, and his kids have 50 kids, and it's gone crazy. And 500 years later, the entire world is stupid. I encourage you, if you have not seen the movie Idiocracy, to watch it. It is one of the stupidest things you will ever watch, and it will be laugh or cry. And some of you will be like, you know what? That is just so stupid. You know, no, it's where life is going. Art imitates life, imitates art, imitates life. All right, so yes, we are getting badly outnumbered down here. We need to educate some people, okay? But like I said, ignorance and stupidity, two different things. You can fix one, you can't fix the other, you know? So, yeah. Let's see what our next meme is from the old wolf. We have here. Life has never given me lemons. It has given me anger issues, anxiety, a love for alcohol, a serious dislike for stupid people, but not lemons. Okay, I can't do his voice, so I just kind of made my own voice. But yes, what has life given us? Not lemons. Anger issues, anxiety, a love for an addiction, serious dislike for stupid people. Sure. Yeah, this resonates. And Jonathan says, yes, all Billy Bob's children were born from parents related to each other. Yes, that was shown in the beginning of Idiocracy as well. I swear to you, there's this one scene in the movie where, I mean, basically this guy, you know, the most average guy from our century ends up being in this stupid future because they forgot about his cryopod, and he just wakes up in the trash heap when his cryopod ran out of power. Okay, and so he is now the smartest person somebody with maybe a 90, 95 IQ, you know, right around average kind of thing. And now he is just like outsmarting people. And the solution to the world problem was something that he was able to come up with. And everybody's like, really? That's why everybody's starting to starve and blah, blah, blah. And I won't give away what the solution is. But there's this one section where they put him in jail because he doesn't have identification. And he pulls a really stupid gag that you would see on like one of those 70s or 80s sitcoms that nobody would ever fall for ever. Like, hey, look over there. And just slips right out because they're too stupid and they fall for all the stupid stuff. Yeah. So it's crazy. But what is life given? Anger issues, anxiety, a love for tobacco, I'll say it that way, and a serious dislike for stupid people. But no lemons. If I had lemons, I could at least make some kind of a dish out of it. You know what? I could make chicken French. I could make lemonade. I could make a lot of things using lemons. Yeah. Sure, y'all want to give me lemons? I'll take lemons. Give me some lemons. What's our next one here? I like this one. Of course, count on the wolf to pick. Arguing with stupid people is like playing chess with a pigeon. No matter how good you are at chess, the pigeon will knock over all the pieces, shit on the board, and strut around like it won. Now, of course, the stupidest part of this meme is that that's not a pigeon. That's a duck. I'm going to have to ask the wolf if he did that on purpose, because I know he did. This is his little tongue-in-cheek, because he always says, you know, everything in life is either a duck or it's not a duck. Okay, so arguing with stupid people is like playing chess with a pigeon. No matter how good you are at chess, the pigeon will knock over the pieces, shit on the board, and strut around like it won. You know what? That is when you argue with people who are on a political extreme. And I don't care if you pick a blue extreme or if you pick a red extreme. Both of these extremes, they're like the jihadists of the parties. And unfortunately, so many of them are just so mired up in their own weird-ass perspectives, okay, that no logic, no amount of logic, no amount of science, of moderation, of dudes, the court have shown that there was no massive voter fraud. Okay, we have no evidence and every evidence to the contrary. Okay, and then to the other side, you know, hey, here's the evidence here, and just like, you know, hey, yeah, we're out in the fifth dimension and the cabal's taking over the world. Okay, let me know how that goes. But you take these people that are on these extremes. Take an extreme. Pick an extreme. These extremists are like this pigeon. You cannot play chess with them. You cannot play chess with a duck pretending to be a pigeon in a meme either. Okay? Because no matter what you say, they will find a way to say you're wrong and they're right. You can have all the scientific evidence in the world. It's the whole analogy I was saying earlier. If you can walk up and say the sky is blue, you can point out the fact that the sky is not green. They are wearing green tinted glasses that is making the sky appear blue, or that they're making the sky appear green. Or you can turn around and say, hey, you're wearing yellow glasses, and yellow and blue make green. So from that, knowing you are wearing yellow glasses right now, and that yellow and blue make green, that might be a plausible explanation for why the sky is appearing green to you at this time, when it is in fact blue. Now, if you will simply remove the yellow from your eyes for just a few minutes and gaze upon the sky, tell me, once you have removed those glasses, what color the sky appears to be, and then they will give you every reason in the world of, oh, I can't take off my yellow glasses, and my glasses are not green, they are yellow, so they should not be changing the color of the sky. Yellow doesn't change colors. Yellow and blue does not make green. I have to wear my yellow glasses, because if I don't, I no longer have my personal identity. So as long as I wear my yellow glasses, I am going to argue with you that the sky is indeed green. No, it's still blue, and you're still wearing yellow glasses. And that's what happens. When you try to play chess with somebody wearing yellow glasses, the duck will come and fuck everything up. Was that confusing enough for everybody? Me too. Now, if you followed me through that, then you're not on the stupid people list, and you can chuckle at all the humor I just threw in there. So here's the next one. I worked in a grocery store, and I was trying to explain to a woman that 2 brands of the salad were identical. And she yelled, one is made with mayo, and the other is made with mayonnaise. What? You realize that mayo is mayonnaise? No, that's mayo, and that's mayonnaise. There's a difference. What's the difference? Inquiring minds want to know. So yeah, how do you explain to somebody they're wearing yellow glasses? Seriously. So on that note, I would like to play another one for you guys. Another one of my favorite songs. Okay, the Old Wolf and their crew, the Thursday crew, play some awesome stuff. And one of my favorites here is Comfortably Numb. So here's a fiery version. My God, I freaking loved it. Version of Comfortably Numb for you guys to listen to. Here you are. So yes, this is why I call it my private concert. Every Thursday, just about, so once in a while they don't do it, but every Thursday, just about, they've been practicing, working on different songs from different eras, some of the classics. They've been doing old Triumph tunes. Of course, you saw White Room earlier. They've been doing all kinds of things all over the board, and hopefully, we'll be able to share some more with you guys at some point. We just play them here. They're not on YouTube or anything like that. It's just that really nice kind of cool vibe to put it out there, share a little bit of music, and, hear what the magics that you guys don't always get access to. This is kind of like the behind the scenes of Shiya and Wolf's life. You guys get to hear some of this shit. Hey, I would love to just set up my camera in there every week and just let them play their hearts out for you and stuff like that. But they're like, hey, we want to practice. We want to kind of work things together. So I sit there with my iPad and record this shit. and just sit there and gush over it and just like, oh. And I'll tell you what, when we finish practice on Thursday, I am just like, oh, it's my happy place. Being able to listen to the wolf play like this is my happy place. And then, of course, there's other moments like, what happened 2 days ago when the wolf pulls out his guitar and starts working on a song that I know and love from the Beatles. And he starts working it, and okay, in an hour, he's learned to play it. And I'm like sitting here like, oh my God, he is so freaking talented. And he's not in here to yell at me for gushing about him, because he can get the fuck over it if he's listening to it, because I am fully in love with this man, and I know I am emotionally compromised, but taking all emotional compromisation out of this, okay, this man is pure talent. I mean, I am blown away on a regular basis. I am blown away with just how capable he is. I could not, if I had sat there and started to create somebody that I wanted to have in my life, I couldn't have done better. I probably would have fucked it up. I probably would have added a few little things here and taken away a few little things there, and I would have ended up with some fucked up amalgamum golem thing that I'd be like, yeah, take it packing, buddy boy. But instead, there came into my life this amazing man, this amazing wolf, who is just so talented. I am and capable. And I'm not just talking about as a musician. Some of my favorite moments, okay, are when I hear him talking to his friends or he does, I don't know if you guys realize this, but he does counseling. When he's doing his counseling appointments, when he's giving counseling, when he's talking to his friends and helping them through their things, when he's even talking to his son and they're just discussing world issues, I can sit there and listen to the wisdom coming out of this man's mouth. And Everett, guess what? Welcome to Being Cursed. Bye-bye. See, anytime somebody's like, message me on Messenger or whatever, they're a scammer. So yes, Everett is blocked. Goodbye. So, but he amazes me with just how incredibly competent he is. Then I listen to him sitting there and talking with his mom on the phone, sometimes for hours. And I'm sitting there thinking about, man, with what he's been through in his life, how amazingly competent he is, how amazingly competent she is. She's the reason he's so competent. I'll tell you that, listening to her talk, if she's still here. This is my little kind of getting good with the mom-in-law kind of thing. Yeah. No, I'm not. It's honest, it's genuine, it's from a real place. That, I know this is where the emotional intelligence comes from. I hear the advice that he gives to people. He is such a good counselor. He's so good at kind of breaking things down and making it so people can understand it, to see it, to do the practical application on a regular day, on a regular basis. I am so excited about the Many Faces of Narcissism series that he's going to be doing. I really am. When we sat down, he's like, I want to do a workshop and I want to do something that will really help people deal with the weaponized empathy and the narcissism that people deal with on a daily basis. He has had to survive it. He's helped so many other people through it. If you guys need counseling and need a man's perspective, I cannot recommend the wolf enough. Okay. He helps me. He's who I go to. Who does the healer see when she needs healing? The wolf. You know, that's where I go. But when I need perspective, and I'll tell you, I cannot tell you in the last 2 years, the amount of times he sat me down and said, okay, now think this through, Shy. Think this through. Let's work through this. Let's go through this together. Let's work through your dream. Let's work through, how you're handling this issue. Are you too close to it? And man, does that man give me some damn good perspective. He really does. I could not have made a better partner for myself if I tried. I couldn't have. I just can't. I couldn't have. So anyway, yes, the Narcissism in You series, or the many faces of narcissism, identifying narcissism, surviving narcissism, and healing from narcissism. This is the 3-part series. It's going to begin next Tuesday. So you have, if you want to get in on all 3, that's where it is. If you can't afford it for whatever reason right now before the series, holler at me and I'll see if I can work with you on it. It is $50 for all 3 or $19.95 per workshop. Okay, so you can get on all 3. If you can't attend it for whatever reason, we will be recording it for people who paid for it, who miss the live interactive workshop. However, we do encourage you to come and be on it. It will be a interactive Zoom workshop. Really good. The first one, identifying narcissism. How important is that? How important is that? Because we are quick to label everything. We live in cancel culture right now, boys and girls. Cancel culture. Oh, I don't like you. You're canceled. Okay, and what do Karens love to do more than cancel? I don't know. Oh, yes, what they love to do more than cancel is ask for managers. That's what they do. All right. So, but in this world of cancel culture, we are so easy to, let's go ahead and slap a label on something. Let's just slap a label on it and call it all narcissism. Well, there are times where it's narcissism. There are times when it's coping mechanisms. There's times when it's a survival dynamic. Okay. There are different types of narcissists out there. Okay. There are people who are what I would consider what I call chronic narcissists. They are narcissists, and ain't nothing you're ever going to do that's going to make them see that they're a narcissistic asshole, and they're just going to be a dipshit and an asshole the rest of their life, and there's no fixing it. And then there's people who are like I was, grew up in a narcissistic environment and picked up narcissistic habits and tendencies that I had to unlearn in my marriage with my late husband, and thankfully we did. Otherwise we would have split up. And the first 5 years of our marriage, oh my God, we almost killed each other. And I'm surprised I lived through it because I was an asshole. I really was, Thankfully, I've grown up and healed, and Wolf got a far more healed version of me than I was in my 20s. Hallelujah. Imagine that, because I always say, looking back, he wouldn't have liked me then. I don't know if I would have liked him then. I don't know, but I'll tell you what, I didn't even like me then. Okay. But you know what? There's this thing called growing up, and something magical happens as we grow up and mature and self-analyze and realize what we're doing and identifying the narcissism within us and around everybody else. And all of a sudden one day, we've grown up and we know how not to act like a narcissistic asshole. We learn how to use better coping mechanisms. Okay. And we learn how to identify the narcissistic traits and chronic narcissism in others. And that's what the entire first workshop next Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's what it's going to be about. This is a closed workshop. If you don't buy it, you ain't coming. You're missing out on all of this information. It is an inside job, Estelle. Absolutely an inside job. We have to work on ourselves on the inside in order to grow and develop. We have to recognize when we are being an arrogant asshole, when we are walking in our ego. I am the goddess. worship me. Okay, no, we have to realize that, hey, us turning around and behaving this way, this is something we did to protect ourselves, and we learned this narcissistic habit from, this person or that person, or this situation or that situation, or we are responding to a trauma trigger. Recognize it, do that inside job of fixing ourselves, and also that outside job of learning when to set appropriate boundaries, which brings us into the second part of the Many Faces of Narcissism series, Surviving Narcissism. I'll tell you what, I don't care if you're not in a narcissistic relationship, romantic relationship or something. There is no way you can convince me that you get through an entire day unless you are completely isolated, not getting on the internet and not dealing with anybody or anything or reading any books or any source of input whatsoever, that you can get through an entire day without somehow being impacted by something on a narcissistic level. Oh, did you pick up a magazine and read or see an advertisement there? That's narcissism. Why? They're appealing to your sense of empathic need and tapping into your emotions with weaponized empathy to buy our product. Okay? You want to look good. You want to smell good. You want the ladies to like you. Drink our beer. Yeah, beer smells disgusting, dude. No, if you drink our beer, you'll have all the hot chicks in the bikinis that you could possibly ever dream of. Your bros will actually like you and toast you and say, hey, broski, good for you. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. All that shit is narcissism. Okay. Dealing with coworkers, passive aggressivism is a form of narcissism. You have the passive aggressive coworker? Could be. It's a narcissist. Now, how do you survive that? And that's what the second workshop's going to be all about. It's how to survive those narcissistic encounters, whether they're at work, whether they're at home, your everyday life. Whether it happens to be like me, your dad is the biggest ass narcissist in your life, whatever. Okay? How do you survive this? How do you go and wade through... Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. All right? So we're going to gather together to survive narcissism. And of course, surviving something is not the same as healing from it. And that is going to be our third workshop that the wolf will be running and sharing his wisdom on how to heal from all these narcissistic dynamics. How do you heal from that? Okay? And how do you recover from that? How do you heal the dynamics of those narcissistic conditioning elements? You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. And nobody likes you. That's that internal dialogue that many of us who grew up with internal parents, with narcissistic parents, have that internal thing of, I'm not good enough. Nothing I ever do will be good enough. I have to people please all the time. I need to make sure that people like me. I have to subdue myself and my own desires and let down all of my boundaries. Otherwise, they are not going to like me and things will not be okay. And that was my internal voice, my inner child's voice for years and years. And many of us who have been through narcissistic abuse, narcissistic trauma, however many years ago it was, we still have to deal with that internal inner child saying, you're still not good enough. How do we heal from that? How do we heal from that? You're still not good enough, that inner dialogue. Well, that's what the third workshop is going to be about, and centered on ways to heal, ways to decondition ourselves from that constant belief that we will never be good enough, or that belief that we have to somehow sacrifice ourselves and our own well-being in order to somehow fix everybody around us. So, check that out. oldwolfmusic.com/workshop to get set up. Again, if you are really wanting to attend this and can't afford it or whatever, get with me. We'll talk about it. Okay. We don't ever want to completely alienate people. We got to make a buck to keep the lights on, but we still want to be there for everybody. So if you are having issues for whatever reason, get in touch with me and we'll talk about it. One thing that you can do to help and support us is join us on YouTube, okay? Go to www.youtube.com/C/Lady Shiya the Old Wolf. There is no and there. Or you can just go on YouTube and search my name, Shiya, Shiya, or the Old Wolf, and our channel will come up. I've tested a few different search algorithms and it always comes up, so hopefully you'll be able to go on and check that out, okay? Meanwhile, go over there, subscribe. I think it was a honeyholic earlier that was like, oh, you should get to 1,000 subscribers so that you can access the super chats. Yes, that is the goal, and we have some awesome things that are planned through YouTube and stuff like that we just can't do until we get to 1,000 subscribers. So go over to YouTube, subscribe, ask your friends to subscribe, please, and thank you. It costs you nothing, but it can lead us to some really awesome things that we can do with super chats and other fun stuff in the future. Meanwhile, I did mention earlier our services. Now, many of you guys, like I said, don't realize that the Old Wolf does not only dream interpretation, dream analysis, which, by the way, as much as I am good at analysis, dream walking and stuff like that, this has been one of the specialties that Wolf has really developed in his life. And like, I have my specialty with tarot and cartomancy and clairvoyance and all that fun shit. He has really honed into his specialty within dreams and dream analysis and understanding the psychology and the metaphysics, because it's both, really, of the dream world, astral travel, stuff like that. So he has private readings. He is very, very psychic, guys. Private readings, dream analysis, dream interpretations. One of the private readings he's been doing lately, he bought me a deck for Christmas, and I've used it once. And he's used it every other time. No, I take that back. I've used it twice. Okay, and it's this Damon Oracle deck, and he has just like dived into it, just studied the whole book. For those of you who know oracles, you have to go in, you have to learn the book, you have to understand the, kind of feel a connection, so on and so forth. Oh my God, he's like, I connected with this, and I thought I was connecting you with it for you, but I think I was connecting with it for me. I'm like, yeah, I think you were connecting with it for you too. Anyway, he and this deck have created this bond. All these demons in his head. Well, he found a way to kind of use this oracle deck to really read the dark influences. Because here we are, we're all light workers. We're a light worker. I'm a light worker. You're a light worker. Everybody's a light worker. Let me tell you, folks, if you don't have a shadow, it's because you're not really standing in the light. There is a yin and a yang, a light and a dark. Neither one is positive or negative. Light can be just as toxic as dark can be toxic. It depends on how it's used. But I'll tell you what, if you are unaware of the baseball that is flying at your head, you're going to get hit in the head with it. So getting one of those readings to find the darkness that is in you and around you kind of thing from the Wolf, very informative. Just ask, I think Diana, if she's still here, she'll tell you. Private readings from him, and like I said, he does some amazing counseling. I get so much just sometimes when I'm sitting there listening to him counseling with people, or counseling others, relationship counseling and stuff like that. I get weak in the knees. There are different things that people find incredibly sexy. I'll tell you what, having an empathic, intelligent mate who gives a shit about people and can articulate and express concepts that are difficult in ways that people can understand. Oh, baby, that's sexy as fuck. Just saying. Okay? That is like the ultimate there, okay? Just that's my perspective. You're not allowed to think of the Wolf in that way, but I can. I will. But, and of course he does custom music. Things that I do, private tarot, Akashic Records, mediumship readings. I have my mentorship group, which we'll talk about. I do life coaching. That's kind of expensive, but well worth it. Casting spells, and I do counseling too. So all of the above, check it out. I am at ladyshiya.com, and the Wolf is at oldwolfmusic.com. Now, we want you guys to participate here on the live with us. We want you to join the Wolf Pack. Send in, message the Wolf at oldwolfmusic.com with your magic. However you translate that, whether it be your original music, poetry, your art. Are you an artist? Do you make things? Do you paint things? Do you create things? Do send in pictures of it. Are you a photographer and you have some amazing photography you'd like us to share? We will credit you. Have you written some music? Do you have some original music? Have you played some music that you'd like to share with the world? We want to share this with everybody around us. Send that in to us at wolf@oldwolfmusic.com. Everybody, and I do mean everybody who gets featured on the Wolf Pack on the live for Witch and Wolf Wisdom podcast will be entered to win a free private tarot reading with the Old Wolf. And I do believe, I think it was Lauren Dalrymple. That's who won last month. Lauren Dalrymple, if you're here, make sure, Wolf announced it last week. Make sure you get with him or me to schedule your reading, okay? Meanwhile, we want to hear from you. So wolf@oldwolfmusic.com, or you can just go to his website. Worked my ass off on that, guys. Go and check it out. Let me know what you think. oldwolfmusic.com. Okay, go check it out. Let me know. Did I suck doing it? Does it work? Do you like it? Let me know. Inquiring minds want to know. Meanwhile, you can also join us on the Mentorship Circle. Okay, that is my teaching group where I dump out my brain, life, the universe, and everything. All right, so I dump out my brain there, and then we also have lots and lots of support there together. Okay, we talk with each other, we work together with each other. Somebody says hi on the chat, somebody else is saying hi. You have a place to say good morning and good night every day. You have people that become family, people that become closer to you than family. You know what they say? They say blood is thicker than water. Yes, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. That is the whole quote, which is basically those bonds that we choose to form, or that we form through blood, through shedding of blood together. Blood, sweat, and tears are thicker than the DNA ties sometimes that we come with. These are people we are forced to be together with. And as we, sometimes as we grow in our relationship with our family, they become blood of the covenant, not just water of the womb. So that's a beautiful thing. So in honor of the demons, the wolf's readings of the demons in his head, and helping us find out what the demons are within ourselves, I am going to play one of my favorite tunes from him, which is, he wrote this song called Demons. And it is truly an expression of the darker side and the, what I call dissonance that all of us inevitably experience at some point during our lives, when we realize all the shit that we've been taught doesn't match up with the shit that we have found experientially to be real. So, enjoy the demons from the wolf's head. We'll be back after this. I really love that song. And part of the reason I really love it is because it is an expression of those harder to express. Oops, wrong one. This one. Those harder to express emotions. Those things that we are taught when we are kids. And we find out later, yeah, that's not really real. That's not really the way it's meant to be. It's not really the way it's supposed to be. And we start learning to distrust. And then from that distrust, we have to learn how to learn to trust ourselves again, how to learn to trust our own intuition, and how we have to learn where to trust and where to distrust. And again, that's part of what, the narcissism, the many faces of narcissism workshop series that the Wolf's going to be doing is going to really cover. So highly, highly recommend that. Guys, it has been, a unique opportunity and fun treat to be able to run the podcast tonight. I have been very blessed to be able to do so. And I just, I find it absolutely so much fun and amazing, the community that we have come together here to where we can talk about humorously things like the stupid. It burns. So just remember, when people are trying to tell you what to do, when people are trying to push their stupid onto you, they can say the things that they want to say, and they can tell you the things that they want you to do. But you know what? They can just keep on talking. They can just keep on walking. You keep on being you. Remember to love each other. Remember to have a little patience for the stupid people. Make sure they're actually stupid and not just ignorant. Give them a chance to learn. And you know what? I'll leave us with a final thought. A man goes to a guru on a mountaintop, and he says, "Oh, guru, please tell me the secret of life. How are you so happy, guru?" And the guru says, "Oh, my child, but it is simple. I have simply learned one very important thing in life." And the person says, "Well, guru, what is that?" "Oh, the very important thing in life is I do not argue with idiots." "Well, guru, that's stupid." "Oh, you are right. Thank you very much. Have a nice day." Love each other and keep on talking.